Hi, I'm a Sand Recap and this is a movie to get. 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬. Humans live in shelters in 22nd century due to climate change. War takes place within one of the shelters. Jung Yi is an elite leader of the Allied forces and becomes the subject of a brain cloning experiment. The experiment could potentially end the war. The movie takes place in the 22nd century where the Earth has become nearly uninhabitable, causing most people to move to shelters orbiting the Earth and Moon. In the midst of this crisis, 3 shelters, 8, 12, and 13, form the Adrian Republic and declare war on the rest of humanity. Those who remain form the Allied force, and the two sides have been at war ever since. The main character, Captain Jung Yi, fights against a horde of enemy robots. During a battle, the main character, Captain Jung Yi, is injured and it is revealed that she is not human but rather an AI version of the real Captain Yun, who has been in a coma since a failed mission. It is later revealed that Dr. 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬, head of tech business 𝐒𝐲𝐧𝐫𝐞, is working on a project called 𝐔𝐚𝐝 to create the perfect combat AI robot based on her mother, Captain Yun. However, the higher-ups are unhappy with the progress as the AI continues to fail at the same point in the simulation, which if passed, would make it an exact replica of the war hero. In the past, Captain Yun was viewed as the only person who could bring an end to the civil war between the Adrian and Allied forces if she had succeeded in her last mission, which she did not. 𝐒𝐲𝐧𝐫𝐞 had hoped to create a replica of her to end the war. Dr. Yun and director Kim Sang-hoon work hard to get the 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 project approved, but are unsuccessful. Director Kim is portrayed as a comedic sidekick who believes in the project and supports Dr. Yun throughout the process. An employee named 𝐓𝐚𝐿 is impressed with the way the team leader is handling the situation and states that he joined the project because he was a huge fan of Captain Yun. Dr. 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 explains that the only reason her mother became a mercenary was so she could afford her daughter's cancer treatments. The day Captain Yun underwent successful surgery was the same day she had her last mission, which resulted in her being in a coma. As Dr. Yun is on her way to take an ethics test, she sees a mother reassuring her child that she will be back soon, which causes her to remember the last time she saw her mother. They hugged by rubbing cheeks and Captain Yun had promised to return soon. After passing the ethical test, Dr. Yun is shown her medical scan and told that her cancer has returned. Dr. Yun is told that she has only 3 months left to live, and the best option for her is to transfer her brain into a costly type of prosthetic body. She would be offered a Type B body as well, but in that case the government would gain access to her brain's data and she would lose some basic human rights. A Type C body would be provided for free, but businesses would be allowed to exploit her brain to make clones of her, and she would not be considered a human. Dr. Yun visits her mother, who is now just a brain and torso, but she is hesitant about the decision. Dr. Yun remembers finding out that although her mother had survived her last mission, she was in serious condition. In exchange for paying for her education and medical care, they would use her grandmother's brain to develop a Type C. At 𝐒𝐲𝐧𝐫𝐞, the AI Model 18 is activated. Director Kim suggests trying something different and shooting it in the leg before the simulation. The AI is overpowered, but before they can end the simulation, a new section of the AI's brain is activated in yellow and it fights back. The team is pleased with the progress and goes to headquarters to inform the chairman. They are stopped by the head of new product development, Lee Se-yeon, who tells them they can't see the chairman. Director Kim is angry and suspicious as to why a military company would need a products department. Lee Se-yeon laughs at his outburst and appears to be intrigued. The team goes to the lab and Director Kim's mood improves when he sees the new and improved 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 body parts. A staff member announces the chairman's arrival, and Director Kim is excited to see him. However, as they enter the office, Director Kim is deactivated. It is revealed that he is the first prototype of the chairman himself. The chairman announces that the civil war has ended and they no longer need combat AIs. Instead, 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 will focus on creating household AIs using the data they developed in the 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬𝐬 project. He also mentions that he will destroy Director Kim and cheers up Dr. Yun, who is disappointed. During the next test run, Director Kim is frustrated that the AIs continue to fail at the same point in the simulation. He reactivates the AI and removes its arm and shoots its leg, but the yellow section of its brain does not reappear. Dr. Yun intervenes and stops Director Kim. He becomes furious, points his gun at her, but then leaves. Dr. Yun examines all the data and realizes that one of the AIs has been taken by 𝐒𝐚𝐿. She goes to his room to inquire and finds one of the AI models there. The AI is partially dressed and Dr. Yun is horrified. She covers her mother's body while 𝐒𝐚𝐿 tries to explain that he was ordered by HQ to add sexual features to Captain Yun's AI. Dr. Yun is angry and tries to choke him. He tells her that her mother's brain was Type C and could be used for any type of product, leaving her disheartened. She goes to her office and sees Director Kim, who is also upset as he receives notice to shut down the 𝐓𝐚_SCI project. Director Kim informs her that they are given permission for one last test run. Dr. Yun goes to the AI section and activates the last model. She tells it that it has survived, but is mortally wounded. The AI tearfully accepts this news, but the yellow section of its brain appears as it asks Dr. Yun about her surgery. The AI expresses the same emotions as the real Yun as it remembers going to war to pay for her daughter's treatment, and is relieved that Dr. Yun's cancer is in remission. The AI also receives Captain Yun's real memory that Dr. Yun had given her a doll to protect her during her mission. It reveals that it lost the doll, and Dr. Yun realizes that all the AIs failed in the simulation after losing the doll. She deactivates the AI and cries as it behaves and speaks like her mother, indicating that her brain cloning has almost been perfected. The following day, before the simulation, Dr. Yun personally connects the AI to the simulation. Dr. Yun realizes that the yellow section of the AI's brain is the memory that Captain Yun had a daughter, and she deletes it. She then whispers to the AI and explains that it is not human and will be shut down after the simulation. As the simulation begins, everyone is unhappy. After the AI is shot at the same point as the previous models, the simulation ends. The AI's response is weaker than the previous models, which Jae-kyung finds strange, but Director Kim ignores him. As they take the AI to its chamber, the guards unplug it. Director Kim now finds the whole situation unusual and goes back to double-check the simulation. Director Kim notices that the AI did not actually die from being shot, instead it collapsed and pretended to shut down. He alerts the lab that an AI has become self-aware. The guards are confused by the alarm and the AI uses it to disarm them and escape. Director Kim activates all their untested combat models without brains to find the AI. In the meantime, Dr. Yun erases all data of Captain Yun so her brain can never be cloned again. The AI encounters the other combat models and defeats them. Dr. Yun finds it and assists it in escaping in one of the newer combat models. They hide on a sky train, but are ambushed by Director Kim, who suspected Dr. Yun of betraying the chairman after analyzing her ethics test. She tells him that she deleted the memory of Yun's daughter from the AI and he shoots her. The AI fights back and shoots him in the eye, revealing that he is also an AI. Director Kim realizes that he is also an AI and not limited by human limitations. The robotic guards also appear as he chases after the AI, almost defeating it. Even with an injured shoulder, Dr. Yun tries to assist, and when the AI notices this, it fights back. Director Kim is thrown from the train and the other robots are killed. Dr. Yun pleads with it to flee as it attempts to tend to her wound as they hear the approaching police sirens. Dr. Yun pushes the AI aside and tells it that it is free. The AI is conflicted. It gives Dr. Yun a hug and rubs her face, surprising her to find out that the AI has finally reached its peak as it remembered Dr. Yun and their special cheek embrace, despite the memory being deleted by her. Dr. Yun calls it mother and wishes it luck as it runs into the forest. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe to help grow the channel.